All right, everyone, welcome back. It's week 7. We are at the halfway point in the Family Beatdown League 2013 edition. Yeah, it's hard to believe, man. We pine all year for the start of football season, and then no sooner does it get here, and then it goes like that. So, yeah, halfway point. Time to make it happen. Let's talk about our USC Notre Dame matchup. Big game this weekend. It's this weekend. Notre Dame coming off a bye. They should be well rested. Going into the game on Saturday at 4:30 Pacific time. So I make it. What's the time? Is it back there? It makes it what 2:30. At any rate, Notre Dame's coming off as only a 3-point favorite. A 3-point favorite. So this really, from a betting standpoint, is considered to be a pretty even matchup. Although I have my doubts. SC did get past University of Arizona 38-31 last Thursday night. So they're coming fresh off a win. Ed Orgeron is undefeated as a head coach. But the game's this weekend. All right, so get ready. We'll be talking lots of smack. We'll be emailing and texting each other. Rick, I know you're doing a barbecue or something this weekend, so I'll make sure you have your phone with you. Because when Notre Dame fails, I'm going to be all up in your grill and shit. All right, let's also talk about the World Series right now. You got your beloved St. Louis Cardinals playing the Dodgers right now. Los Doyers 0-0 here, top of the second. That series is, what is it, 2-1, I think, in favor of Cardinals, which is fine. You know, I'm happy to see that one of these teams go, because what's going to end up happening is my beloved Boston Red Sox who won tonight, pulled out for a 2-1 lead over Detroit Tigers. The Red Sox, doesn't matter who comes in from the National League, Red Sox are on the American League side, and they will bring the stick. You heard it here first. All right, let's go over our results from last week. I just had the worst week ever. I scored 78 points. I only scored 90 points in my other league, so my team sucked all the way around this week. Tyson clubbed me 137-78. Unbelievable. In our high point match of the week, Rick thumped Grandpa 179-90, almost double Grandpa up, 179.2, so another 0.8 of a point. Rick would have doubled the old boy up. Rednecks won 136-117 over Blood, Sweat, and Beer. Pubicville Crabs 149.2 to 72.6 for Big Blue. Veronica had her hands full with Pubicville Crabs. 168 for the Mud Dogs. That's the old Mud Dogs we've come to know and love over the years. Scoring 168 points to beat Rebecca's, back that pass up 168-121. And Monte Ballich got a win, much needed win over the Decepticons, 128-111. Let's take a look at our standings. Up in the Cardinal division, Blue and Gold now sits atop that mess at 4-2, followed closely by Back the Pass Up. Smell this at 3-3. I have dropped out of the playoff hunt all of a sudden with that loss to Tyson. Ugh. In the Gold division, Pubicville Crabs at 5-1 and the Rednecks at 5-1. Both of those teams, in first and second, both of those teams in the playoffs. And Blood, Sweat, and Beer would be the 5th team in the playoff. And Monte Ballich got my number 6 spot with his win. Taking a look at the point totals, going top to bottom, Rebecca is still on a tear, 1,008 points, but Jake with a big performance this week, catching up quickly, 966 points for Master Jacob. All right, let's take a look at our league pick'em. Let's do that. Remember, you all need to be making these because there's extra money in this, but it looks like we only had 3 people pick this week. That was Ryan, Rebecca, and myself. Ryan goes 4-0. Only picked 4 games, I guess. Rebecca goes 4-2. Good for you. I go 2-4. Rebecca still leads with a 680 win percentage. The rest of you all just aren't trying. So we'll continue this charade in a little bit. But with our 60 picks, you got to pick 10 games. We're 7 games into it, so pretty quick here. This charade will be over. All right, let's go back to the week upcoming. Remember, you got your Thursday night games. Oh, yeah, let's also talk about bye weeks. You've got 2 teams on bye this week. You've got Oakland Raiders, the all of a sudden important Oakland Raiders, and the New Orleans Saints on bye this week. Thursday night, Seattle and Arizona, and Monday night, the Minnesota Vikings against the New York Football Giants. All right, Taking a look at Week 7 matchups. All right, smell this versus blue and gold. Right now, it's 133-99 in favor of Jake. Andrew Luck gets a start against Denver. That's not good. Marcus Colson's on bye. Doug Martin and Alfred Morris have just been huge disappointments for me this year. Those guys collectively tore up the league last year and just are doing squat this year. And Danny Amendola's out. God, that guy's played like 2 games this year. For Jake, Matt Ryan against Tampa Bay, Brandon Marshall against Washington, Hakeem Nicks against Minnesota, Jamel Charles against Houston. I'm going to give the pick to smell this, but there's really no reason I should do that. Logic would dictate otherwise. Let's take a look at Blood, Sweat, and Beer versus Pubicville Crabs. All right, this is 4-2 team. Excuse me, a 4-2 team in Danny's Blood, Sweat, and Beer. 5-1 for Pubicville. Joe Flacco for Alex against Pittsburgh. Torrey Smith against the same Pittsburgh team. Anquan against Tennessee. C.J. Spiller against Miami. And the Beast, Marshawn Lynch, against Arizona. Phillip Rivers goes against Jacksonville. And Calvin Johnson against Cincinnati. I don't know if he's hurt, isn't he? And Julian Edelman against New York Giants. I am going to go for the underdog. I'm going to give the pick to... I didn't go for the underdog. Actually, Danny's picked 130-112 over Pubicville. I gave my pick to Danny, to the favorite. And I'm doing that because Alex is pissing me off with that 5-1 record. That's right. You heard it here, pal. You can play this game, but don't you dare think about winning it. Grandpa takes on Rebecca. It's 97-131 right now in Rebecca's favor. Grandpa's been doing some work. Got Andy Dalton in there as the quarterback. Got rid of Matt Shaw. Good for you, Grandpa. But it may not be enough. Andy Dalton against Detroit, that's a good matchup. Ted Ginn Jr. against St. Louis, Matt Forte against Washington, and Ben Tate against Kansas City. For Rebecca, Peyton Manning against Indiana. Okay, that's it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, we're going to give Rebecca the win. Peyton is a robot. That boy is a robot. All right. In our next matchup, we've got Big Blue versus Decepticons. It's 103-75 right now. Decepticons have Aaron Rodgers against Cleveland, Ray Rice against Pittsburgh, Darren Sproles on bye. Jed's not going to cover that. I'm just going to give the pick to Veronica because she's going to pay attention. She's going to get the win. She's going to move to 3-4. Jed, you're squandering opportunity here, boy. But I get it. I understand what you're up to. All right. Mud Dogs versus the Angry Itch. 2-4 teams. It's 124-116 in favor of Uncle Rick right now. Matt Stafford against Cincinnati for Rick. LaShawn McCoy against Dallas and Willis McGahee against Green Bay are the key matchups. For young master Tyson, Cam Newton, who was about all he needed last week was Cam Newton to beat my sorry ass against St. Louis. Andre Johnson against Kansas City. Houston is just having all kinds of problems. I think you're going to bench Matt Schaub. Frank Gore against Tennessee and Brandon Jacobs, who is a big point man against Minnesota. And he is a Saluki, as you guys well know. I'm going to give their pick to the Angry Itch. All right, and in I think this is our last game. Let's check and see. It is our last game, our game of the week. Monte Ball Itch at 3-3, fresh off the win and fresh into playoff contention versus Dawn's Rednecks, 5-1, 133-120 in favor of Dawn right now. Tom Brady against New York Giants. Trent Richardson against Denver. Eddie Lacy against Cleveland for Dawn. For Ryan Cutler, Cutler has Washington. Cecil Shorts is out. Maurice Jones-Drew against San Diego. And Giovanni Bernard, the rookie, for Detroit. I think it's just too obvious. We're going to go with Dawn. So I think that's it. I think I covered everything. We got Notre Dame this weekend. Fight on. We'll see how that turns out. We've got Red Sox winning. We've got the Cardinals right now battling the Dodgers. We've got Miami, what would we say? New Orleans and Oakland on bye. That's all we got. All right, everyone. So long.